Here's our beef, which we steamed over aromatic vegetables with red wine. We served it over an oyster mushroom and corn risotto, surrounded with a rich aromatic vegetable sauce, enhanced with Madeira, brandy and butter. You can see it's got quite a bit of fat left on it, so we're going to cut some of this away. Use our trusty little trimming knife, paring knife. It'll quickly come off. I'll show you after we've done. So here's the fat and skin we removed. Supermarket butchers are very adept at putting all the bad stuff underneath where you can't see it. I actually cut a lot of fat off here, leaving enough to keep the joint juicy. We'll look at that in a minute. Here we are, all trimmed up. I cut it into 2 pieces to make it manageable in the Instant Pot. We're going to put this on a trivet of aromatic vegetables, basically onion or shallots, celery and carrot, maybe a little thyme from my garden. And we're going to steam it essentially, because I'm going to sit on those vegetables as a trivet. It's not going to be inserted into the liquid and braised, at least not if I'm careful enough to not add too much liquid. Right now I am arguing with myself over whether I use dashi or red wine, and I have not yet decided. If you were deciding, what would your vote be? Dashi for the increased umami, or red wine for richness and to offset the aromatic vegetables? Let me know in the comments. So here are our aromatics with the 2 pieces of trimmed beef on top, and I got some thyme from my garden to put on top of the beef. Now, because I'm using essentially a European base for this, the aromatics and the thyme, I've decided to steam this with red wine, not dashi, against my better instincts I might say, but rather to keep a European flavour to this dish. We're going to put some freshly ground black pepper on top of this, add a cup of red wine, and then it will be into the Instant Pot for 2 hours. So here's our meat after 2 hours. Did actually turn out to be a braise, because when we opened the Instant Pot, these were well submerged, even though we only put 1 cup of fluid wine into the Instant Pot. We'll revisit this tomorrow, but for now I'm going to eat part of this for my dinner, and we'll just have a look at how the sauce looks when it's been immersion blended. So here's the sauce, immersion blended. I'm going to thicken this a little tomorrow, and we certainly won't use all of it. But for now we'll have this just over a few slices for dinner and come back to you tomorrow. Look at this, looks good, smells good. Okay, so here we are. Our beef finished yesterday and it was better than great. Absolutely gorgeous. Tender, tasty, falling apart, beautiful. And then it occurred to me, look, hey, beef, it's America's meat. What could I do better to celebrate our country's 250th anniversary than to serve it up in a really, really nice presentation? So what we're going to do is make some oyster mushroom and sweet corn risotto. I'm going to use chicken stock for the risotto, not beef. I think the beef may be a little strong for a risotto, even though we're serving beef. We'll put the beef on top. I'll talk to you in a minute about sexing up the sauce. I think we'll put a little bit over the beef and around the sides of the risotto. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, but also let me know at the end when you see what we put together. Then I'm going to take some of the sauce from last night that we blended from all the vegetables, the wine and the meat juices, and I'm going to sex it up a bit. Maybe a little Madeira, some brandy, some butter, and then I'll thicken it using my secret thickening agent, which I think you'll be very envious of. So let's have at it and have a beautiful beef on risotto with sauce. See you later. Let me know what you think in the comments. So here's our risotto mix in the Instant Pot. 25 minutes from now we'll have some great creamy risotto. We are going to use a cup of carnaroli rice, which I like best for Instant Pot risottos. Cup of chicken stock, quarter cup of vermouth to add a little bit extra flavour, a generous handful of oyster mushrooms, a generous sprinkling of corn for the American side, and that big yellow thing you see there is a great dollop of grass-fed butter. So this should end up pretty creamy. We'll add some cheese maybe after, but let's get this on and get on with working on the sauce. So here's our initial sauce from last night. Immersion blended aromatics and the red wine and the juices that came off the beef cooking. It's a little stiff, it's probably got some fat in there from the beef. So we're going to warm this up a little bit, and I'm going to sex it up a bit with some Madeira. By the way, that was the wine that was toasted by the founders at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So yes, it's very American in our 2025 celebration sauce. I may put a splash of brandy in. Well, the French, helped us. And then we'll have some butter. Why not? Everything likes butter. Then I may thicken it a bit with my secret thickening agent, which I've never shown you, but I will show you today. Here's our sauce bubbling off well here. Before we thicken it anymore, it's actually decently thick. Won't need much. Doing this to basically boil off the alcohol from the brandy and the Madeira. We don't want it to be too strong in the sauce because it will make things taste sharp or bitter. So here's our secret thickener, Wondra flour. We'll have a separate video on this coming up soon. I've been using it for a few years now, and it really is super. Pre-cooked, super fine ground, no lumps. I use it in beurre mani all the time, but you really don't need to. You sprinkle it in slowly and just whisk it in. You get a great thickening and no floury taste in the sauce. So with that, let's plate up. Plating the risotto. Tried to arrange the mushroom pieces properly. We did stir in some 4 cheese blend. Now here's the challenge. We're going to pour the sauce around the edge of the risotto to see if we can plate this nicely. Here we have a nice circle of sauce around the risotto. By the way, I've tasted this sexed up sauce and it tastes really, really good. Let's finish the plating. So here it is, folks, finished up. America's 250th birthday meal. Luscious beef, aromatic vegetable with wine, brandy sauce, and a risotto with oyster mushrooms and corn and cheese. What's not to like to celebrate the diversity of our great nation and have a lovely meal in the process?